Real quick before we start the episode, I just want to let you guys know that I now have an Instagram account, which is where I'm going to be posting a lot of my builds I have tutorials on, as well as some other Minecraft related stuff here and there. So I'll leave a link to that in the description. If you guys would like to go check out and give me a follow, that would be massively appreciated. Thank you so much for doing that, and let's get on with the episode. Hello everybody, my name is Marlo and welcome back to TekTopia. Last episode we built this secondary barracks you can see behind me here in our village, as well as some other things which I actually cannot show you because I'm having to record this intro after the entire episode has been finished. I did record an intro originally, but I don't know where it's gone. I must have misplaced it or lost it somewhere, so I'm having to improvise. So today we are going to be getting our village population up to 100 villagers. As you can see, if I just get the book out at the moment, we have 96 villagers, so we only need 4 more to hit that sweet 100 number, and I'm thinking we'll stop there just because it could be pretty cool to have exactly 100 villagers. I may go over that though, I'm not exactly sure, although when you look at the village from a certain angle and like all the villagers walking around with all the entities, it can be a little bit hard on the frames. Not that it's really noticeable, but yeah, I'm thinking 100 would be a good place to stop. So yeah, we need to spawn in 4 children, but unfortunately they have no beds to lie in at the moment, so we're gonna make the very last 2 functional homes in the village. In the background, I'm building up the last 2 two-person homes that are going to house our 4 villagers, so enjoy that building in the background. I think they're a little bit special, I guess not too out of the ordinary, but maybe a bit better than the rest of the houses. I don't know, you guys can let me know what you think about it when you see the finished homes, but yeah, that's not what we're talking about today. I actually want to ask you guys something in relation to the next village. Now, at this rate, I'm kind of saying it every episode just because I like to make you guys aware. I often get comments telling me not to end the series once this village is over and asking what we're going to do next. Well, we're just going to move somewhere else in the world and make a new village from scratch. Now, I haven't quite figured out what the style is, what we're doing next. I will probably poll you guys next episode on that. Won't 100% certainly go with what you guys say. I just like to get an idea of what you would all like to see, and numbers is the best way to see that as opposed to comments. Not that I don't appreciate all the comments and suggestions you guys leave. I have so many suggestions of village types to do. It's a list of like 20 at this point, so I've got a bit of narrowing down to do, but that's not what this is about. What this is about is actually how many emeralds you guys think is a fair amount to bring to the next village. So for this one, we brought a stack from the previous village, and it was helpful. We're starting out, you know, gave us a little bit of a kickstart, but it ran out pretty quickly, so I'm going to try remember. I could forget. If that's the case, you guys will just have to let me know what you think about this in the comments, but I'm going to try remember to put a poll on the screen now, and you guys can vote on what you think is a fair amount of emeralds to bring. So obviously if you say 0, then that would mean we'd have to go mining in the first episode, and that wouldn't exactly be too exciting and kind of wasting a lot of time, but vote on it if you think that was what we should do. And yeah, just vote on what you think is a fair amount, and then we can bring them on over to give us a little bit of a helping hand for the next village. There is only one slight issue with the buildings I've just constructed here. You can't really see it at the moment, but if we come around this way a little, you can see these 2 blocks are without buttons, and that's because I built it a little bit too close to this building right here. No, I could, but I'm not going to move it over just for the sake of having buttons on these 2 blocks here, so we're going to take the easy way out and turn our back and pretend it doesn't exist. We do actually need to purchase the tokens. I honestly have no idea how expensive they are now, so we're just going to take 2.5 stacks and that should be enough. Hello my dear friends, how are we all doing? Fantastic, I hope. I need you, architect, so yeah, how are the prices looking? We need the 2-person home, only just under half stack. Okay, cool, so we only need 1 and 2 of them, and that, good sir, will probably be one of the very last things I ever buy from you. Okay, let's go take a look around these houses. I suppose let's start with this one here with the buttons that are definitely not missing. Nice and shiny. Okay, cool. Beds should have changed color. Yeah, so in here was a pretty tricky, like making all of the rooms look somewhat good, trying to connect them all up. there's a husk outside somewhere, or a zombie. So just done a few stairs and everything, and I think I've smoothed it out okay. And honestly, I think it looks pretty cool in here, like with this pillar and the different rooms, but all the same room in a way. I don't know, it looks pretty cool. I think the children, which will eventually be adults living in here, will certainly enjoy it. This actually looks kind of dark over here. Is it good enough light level? Yeah, by a long shot. I don't know why that looks so dark. Maybe because this is up here. But yeah, we have our little awning, canopy, whatever you really want to call this, out front. And I've actually put this one on the side. I don't do that often, but we are able to. As you can see, the beds are yellow. My goodness, this is dark. I will come and place some of my cheaty lighting blocks afterwards. But as you can see, 2 beds over there did something a little bit different with this whole thing, whatever you want to describe that as. And then yeah, just something really simple. Don't have a whole lot of room in these, and I used up quite a lot of blocks with that one. And then over here we have a table, bookshelves, and this is actually some armor stand trickery with a helmet on top and a bookshelf pushed into it. So yeah, little tip you can do. It's on 4 layers of snow. So yeah, if you just put an armor stand on 4 layers of snow, it'll look like the helmet is on top of the block that gets pushed into it. I am really excited to spawn in the children here, and we can get up to that sweet 100 figure. Are you excited, Seller? Captain Seller Rakuran? You look ecstatic. Why you just stood there? I don't know. Oh, you're at your guard post. My bad. Okay, yeah. Good job. Keep up, Seller. Thank you. So yeah, let's spawn these in. 2 can go in here. Welcome, welcome. And then we'll get the other 2 in this house round here with the buttons that are definitely there once again. Still slightly annoyed about that. The temptation to move it over is real. But yeah, here we go. There's you, and there's you. Wonderful. Okay, so yeah, now we can get the book out. Hold still, Alishka. And then we go to residence 100. I'm not, well, really counting it until they're grown up and given professions yet, but still, really, really cool to see. I suppose we should actually buy the tokens that we're going to give the children when they do eventually grow up into nitwits, and I'm honestly not sure what I want to... Where's the tradesman? Hello. Yeah, I need to basically have a good look through, because these are probably going to be the last 4 professions I ever purchase in this village, so I'm probably going to run around and have a couple of checks and see if there's anything I specifically need. I don't think there is, but yeah, I don't want to give a villager another profession when they're already one, so I'm going to see what 4 professions we can purchase, and then yeah, we're going to have to do probably a little bit of waiting and probably get onto some other things whilst we wait for the children to grow up into nitwits. Okay, I think I have come to the decision of, let's open up the tradesman here, of, hang on, where is it? We're going to go with 2 druids, so there's 1, and there is not 2, there's 2, and also 2 clerics. Am I going to have enough here? Yes, just about, right? Okay, cool. Yeah, so 2 druids, 2 clerics. I didn't really specifically need any professions, like just on their own. So yeah, 2 druids is going to be helpful down in the mines, and 2 clerics, well, you could have as many clerics as you want. They don't really have a negative effect on the village. They just run around in improving efficiency of the village and heal people when they're dying. So yeah, I think this is a good decision to give our last 4 villagers these ones right here. Now we just have to wait for these guys to grow up into nitwits, which is gonna take a little while. So I think in the meantime, we're just gonna do a build or 2 to pass the time. What are these 2 iron golems looking at? Look at this guy. He's looking at the floor and following after something. Oh, it's probably the zombie I can hear. Is there a zombie underground? I'm not going to let him go underneath because... Well, is there dirt here? Okay, yeah, there's probably a zombie under there which he's trying to get to. Dude, I'd give up if I were you, because you're not going to have much luck there. So yeah, this is the building. I've still got to do the inside, and then I will tell you what it is, because right now it's probably not very obvious. So this build idea comes from Nicole Jocelyn, who suggested a herbalist shop, which is where the villagers would go to get their 100% natural medicinal remedies, as opposed to, say, maybe going to the cleric's building over there. You can just see the tippity top of it over the bathhouse there. So yeah, this is a herbalist shop. Now, let me ask you guys, what would a herbalist shop in a desert town, village, or city look like? Is your mind blank? Because mine was too. I had no idea what it would look like, so I've just gone with a little bit of a peculiar building, fairly small, so it's really cramped on the inside, which, yeah, if we just head inside, actually looks pretty cool. I've kind of just planted and placed, a bit of a combination of the both. A bunch of leaves and vines everywhere, so it looks really overrun with stuff. And then on the shelves here, we've got different plants in plant pots as the herbs that they would buy, and yeah, natural remedies, as I said. And over here we've got the counter where the herbalist would actually stand and sell all of this. So yeah, this is just a really small little build that I think is super cool and makes for a nice addition to our village. I think what I'd like to do now, instead of adding in another building or structure of sorts, is to actually do a bit of landscaping. So with landscaping in my villages, I like to leave it to the very last, you know, get all of the buildings in place first of all and then go around prettying it up afterwards. So what I did last time with our old village of Mecklen's Vale was I was wondering what would happen if I flew into here. Am I still flying? Yep. So what I did last time... Oh, I'm flying again. With our village of Mecklen's Vale. Sorry, getting a little bit distracted. Is I had a section that was kind of finished and I couldn't really add in any more buildings. And then I did a little bit of landscaping just to show you guys what to expect in the final episode in this village, where we will most likely do all of that. So I would say this corner right here, this quarter, is pretty much done for the most part, except for maybe something over here. So I think, just so I can give you guys a little idea of what the entire village is going to look like, I'm going to landscape and put in some trees and pathways and all that sort of stuff in this quarter right here. And yeah, I can maybe walk you through some of the stuff that I'm choosing to add in. Honestly, I have no idea what I'm going to do at the moment, so I need to do a bit of figuring out first. But yeah, I think it would be pretty cool to get just a little glimpse of how everything is going to be once it's all done. So the first thing to do is, of course, add in all of the pathways. We had better get that down before we start placing in a bunch of trees and all the other stuff that comes along with it. So the pathway design is the same as what is in the center and kind of just around the storage room. A mix of, obviously, a lot of sand and sandstone and birch planks. It's meant to be as though there was once a perfectly straight and somewhat symmetrical just like wood pathway made out of the birch, but over time sand has got brushed on top of it and some has been even hardened into sandstone. That's kind of the feel for it. I didn't really want to do a, you know, really refined looking pathway around here. I don't think that would have looked particularly good, so we're going with this messy approach leading up to most of the front doors of all of the buildings. Next, we have to add in all of the trees. Now, a lot of you guys will know because I've said it before many times in the past, but I really do not like making custom trees. I find it so tedious and just takes forever, it feels like, and it's just not an enjoyable process for me. But thankfully, because the acacia tree actually looks pretty good, probably the best tree in the game, I'd say, looks wise. Dark oak also looks quite nice, but we can't really use that here. So we're just planting up a bunch of acacia trees here, and then just adding in a few more leaves on the ones that have already grown up with it, just to make it look a bit more natural and less uniform. So there's my cheap way out of not having to do custom trees, but also making it look as though I've done custom trees. And then it came to adding in a bunch of bushes placed all around and kind of up against all of the buildings. I could have placed vines down aside them, but I can't really control the growth of them too well without spamming string everywhere, which I don't really want to do. So yes, I know vines would have looked very good, but I don't want a huge overgrowth and making it look like a ruined city when that's not really what it is. So yeah, just a whole bunch of leaves for now, as well as a little bit of foliage here and there, some dead bushes along the floor. Again, could have added in some cactus, would have looked very good, but I don't really want my villagers spamming the chat with damage messages. The final thing to do is fill up this open gap here with something else that isn't a building or structure. I thought we could do a pond, just as a little thing, maybe brings it a bit back to the desert oasis, which was the original intent for this village. It's kind of strayed a bit more away to an Arabian / Egyptian feel. I don't know, we've got a whole concoction of different styles in this village, but I don't think that's really a problem. So yeah, we're just adding in a little pond, which I think is what we're going to do on areas where I haven't really got any ideas specifically of what I could build as far as a structure is concerned, or just where I wouldn't fit anything in. Basically, where we've got an open bit of sand with nothing else inside, we can do some sort of feature point with landscaping, whether it's a pond like this, or we've got a little garden elsewhere in the village, just something like that, which makes it look a little bit more interesting that way. We will go and have a walk around in that area and take a closer look at what I've done, but I've just realized it's raining right now. If I just maybe fly on over out here, I can show you all of the rain particles above the ocean biome. Obviously, there's no rain in the sand, but I don't think I've ever seen rain in this world at all, so I'm thinking for some bizarre reason, maybe it was raining and I didn't want the YouTube quality to like destroy the video. I must have like turned it off or something for a very long time. So rain is now a thing, which honestly in here is absolutely fine because it's not gonna, affect anything because you can't see the particles, but it does mean when it's raining in a TekTopia village, all the villagers kind of stay in during the day and don't really do anything. It's good for happiness and just general morale of the village, but yeah, not so much for productivity, but thankfully I don't really need that anymore at this stage we're at. But yeah, as I said, we're going to go take a look around as soon as I've handed out all my tokens here, because my children have been growing up internet wits for a little while now, and oh, there's one of them there, you can just see their head and gone. So yeah, they're probably getting pretty bored, so I'm going to give them these, and yeah, then we can take a look around. In theory, they should be in the new homes we've just built. Of course not. Okay, they're not in that one. What about this one? Oh, it is pretty cool in here with all the leaves. Okay, what about here? There's a husk outside, but we've got one of them. Okay, thank you, JP, for actually... nope, there's nobody else coming in. Thank you for cooperating. You can become... I suppose it doesn't really matter. You can become a cleric, JP. I did hear some doors shutting and opening over here, so there must be somebody. We've got Alishka, who is... Same again, you can become a druid, why not? And I'm going to make you stay in the mines, which is needing to... Actually, you can just... Yeah, that'll be fine. That'll be good. Another reason why the TekTopia information add-on / mod is very helpful, you can see the current position of a certain villager if you're looking for it. So, Helmut, right here, strange name and spelling, is located over here. The only issue is villagers move, so he's no longer in this position, and I have no idea where the last two are. It's like a game of hide and seek, this. There you are. Wait, you're not Helmet, you're Gallus. Okay, Gallus, you can become a druid. Why not? Come back, please. And there you go. You, sir, can be the one to stay in the mines. Dude, please slow down. I'm trying to give you the token here. Oh, you're going back to the house. as soon as I was about to make you your profession, now you're back at the house. Okay, so we've got 2 clerics and 2 druids, and now we're up to 100 villagers. Let's take a look at that special number once again. How do I do this? Oh, there we go. 100 residents, 100 adults, 100 professions with 100 jobs. This is kind of cool, actually. I really like this. So let's talk about what we've done over here with the landscaping and the pathways and all of the trees. Generally, I think it's a good thing here. It looks better than the sections which have nothing other than buildings. I think I've just got to get a little bit used to it because it's so different from what I'm used to looking at. You know, I'm not used to all of this greenery around. And I think the trees look a little bit strange from a bird's eye view, or like a basically high up view. If I just show you here, they look... I don't know, it just looks a little strange from up here. I don't know whether that's just me because I've been staring at it for so long, or whether you guys think the same, but down on the ground, if we just have an actual like walk around here, I absolutely love it. I mean, I loved it already, having it all close quarters with all the buildings, but now we've got a few like bushes hanging down and some trees and actual pathways in. I think it looks really cool, so I'm happy with everything here. It's just the trees I'm a little iffy on. I'm not too sure. I'm definitely not going to do the other sections until I've seen what you guys, thank you Rosalind, have to say about it, because I don't want to do that all and then have to go ahead and change it or do something else. So yeah, give me your feedback on all this. Like that looks a little strange. I don't know, I might have gone a bit too bushy with the leaves is what I'm thinking. So give me a feedback, any changes we should make, and kind of just switch things up a little bit, even if it's the tiniest of details, like I'm possibly considering doing, of just taking away a few leaves off of these and kind of going for a bit more of a flat acacia tree look. It probably would have been better if I just had have kept them as they are, but generally I'm happy with this and what we've done. It certainly looks better than what we had before, but yeah, still a little bit unsure at the moment. There's just one last thing I want to do before we end off today's episode, which is to actually place in some more mine shafts. Now, as you can see, we've already got 16 placed down, and none of them are particularly long. They're still pretty short, so adding in some more and yeah, wasting a bunch of emeralds on some mine shafts which aren't really going to be used that much is going to be completely pointless, but that is not going to stop me from doing it. I just would kind of like to have a mine shaft in all of these item frames here, just so we can kind of call this little area complete. 15 emeralds a pop for each of these. I think this is actually the cheapest thing either of the architect or tradesman are selling, so that just goes to show what the economy is like nowadays with the expansion, or just the general size of our village is absolutely huge, so everything is very pricey, but cool. All 14 mine shafts have been bought. Let's go place these down. So many mine shafts, and the miners are absolutely loving the new ones. I mean, look at them down there. Oh, hello. They're all making some good use, sharing them for some bizarre reason, as if there wasn't already enough in here. But yeah, pretty cool to call this place done. So many shiny things on the walls. I'm sure the miners and the druids are very happy with this change. Guys, what are you doing down there? Just share. There's plenty to go around. Absolute lunatics. Okay. But yeah, anyway guys, as the bard plays us out over there, I will now bid you a farewell. Thank you ever so much for watching this episode, guys. I really hope you did enjoy it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.